Good morning. So this week's Parsha is Parshat Tezaveh, and I hope to give you something, a way of looking at it that you haven't heard before. So the beginning of the Parsha, if you know anything about marketing, there's this idea of three. You say things in three. Jesse Jackson used to do it, and I should be quoting him, but still, he speaks very well. And the reason is because he knows about marketing. And when you read the first pasuk, it says, Hashem tells Moshe, you have to command Bnei Israel, and here's the trilogy. V'krei lecha shemen zayit zach, that they should take this pure olive oil, katit lamaor, that is pressed, the olives are pressed for illumination, lahalot ner tamid, in order to make this light that's going to shine continuously. And then the next pasuk tells you that it's going to be lit actually just at nighttime, but every day they have to do this. So you have to go back in time a little bit and remember that these 3 million Jews are slaves. And mentally, they're still slaves. They really don't have this perspective of even thinking for themselves yet. And the last few parshiot are this transformation of the brand of Judaism to transform these people. So a few weeks ago, we talked about the water. That was a big thing which they were starting to learn how to value the water. They were complaining about the food, complaining about water. Got to care about that. Now they have the man, they have the water. But there has to be a mental transformation that's starting to go on. And this is the very beginning of it. Because yesterday we read about how we're going to build a Mishkan and it's going to be all beautiful and it's all physical stuff. But now the rabbis talk about what's the big deal about the olive oil. The oil separates from water. We have to be separate. That's all very high-level thinking. But the very simple thing is every night it's dark. And so they're going to light a fire every night in order to have light. And what's going on right now is they're taking the fire and they're transforming it into something that has a value that's beyond just its necessity for providing light. And I thought about this yesterday when there were a lot of kids at lunch, and sometimes you think pedagogically, how do you teach kids? You have to see what you have around. Sometimes it's cholent, sometimes it's kugel, sometimes it's light. So what's really going on here is Hashem, through this advice here, took an olive, which is something that they were going to see in the land of Israel naturally. It grew there. And he said, you can't just squeeze the olive, get the oil out. You actually have to press the olive, take one drop from each olive was used for the light for the Menorah. So there was this quality of transforming the physical into something not so physical anymore. It had care, it had effort. And so just once they started seeing this light every day, or every night I should say, then they could start getting the deeper message. What does it mean to have an olive and oil and stuff like that? So I'd say that as we start our week, we should think about those little things in our lives that we see that we can use to transform ourselves too. So have a good week, everybody. Torah.